weekly challenge to God. This week, I'm going to answer a question that I have been asked several times by theists. I think every atheist has been asked this question at least once in their life by someone who believes in God, which is, if I hate God, do I hate God? And if you're talking about God and gods, it really depends on which God. Of course, when someone asks me that, I usually politely say no, because people have a very close relationship with their God, sometimes even closer than their relationship with their friends and family. So if you say to them that you hate their God, they usually take it personally. They think it's a statement that I hate them, which is absolutely not true. So talking about God here, I think God and gods are characters. So if I think about other characters, for example, do I hate King Joffrey from King of Thrones? And the answer is yes, I do. I hate King Joffrey. He's an evil prick. Do I hate the villain from Jessica Jones, the purple man, what's his name? Kilgrave. Do I hate Kilgrave? Yes, absolutely. He is a psychopathic piece of shit. I hate the guy. And there many other villains from other stories that I do hate. But it's different than hating an actual person, because these are not real people. They are just fictional characters. And I put gods under that same category. They're not real. They're just fictional works of fiction. They exist in literature. And in that sense, it's completely different than hating an actual person. I can say I don't hate anybody. I don't hate anyone. And that's another thing. Hate. What does that mean? What is the definition of that word? We have a loose idea of what it means to hate someone. I'm using the definition here of an extremely dislike or aversion towards someone or something to the point of wishing them harm. That is the definition of hate that I am using here in this conversation. That's when I think about the word hate, that's the definition that usually I use. So, do I really dislike God? Let's think about Yahweh and Allah, for example, the biblical and the Quranic God. Do I hate this God to the point of wishing this God harm? I would say, if I dislike this God to the point of wishing them harm, I would say yes. That's why I'm doing these videos. I see it as a fictional character. Many people believe as a real entity. And doing these videos, for example, is an attempt to do harm to this character. Do I want this character to go away? Not exactly, but I want people to stop believing that it's a real thing, because it's a harmful belief. And that is the other thing that nobody asks. People ask if I hate God, but does anybody ask if God hates me? Because they assume that God loves me. But for example, like I was brought up in a Catholic religion. I was baptized as a Catholic, and I went to Catholic school when I was a kid. Now, according to the Bible, God hates me. I am a lesbian. God doesn't like homosexuals. They go to hell. So God hates me for that. I don't believe in him. Not a choice. I simply don't. I need evidence. I didn't get any. Words don't convince me. I need physical evidence. Not my fault if no one has presented, and if God himself hasn't presented one. So, is it my fault for not believing in him? Absolutely not. If he is real, he needs to give evidence. He can't do that because he's not. So that is another point of God hating me. This fictional character hates me. Another thing that God hates me for, God doesn't like sodomy or masturbation. I do those things. They feel good. I do them. Hell for me. Also, God doesn't like mixing fabrics. Well, I'm using polyester and cotton right now, so yeah, I guess I'm going to hell. God also treats women as spoils of war, as property of man. He doesn't seem to give much credit, or he doesn't seem to like women very much. So I'm not going automatically to hell for it, but I'm certainly going to hell for challenging his idea of what I'm supposed to do as a woman. So yeah, fuck God. I hate the guy. Do I have reasons for hating him? Absolutely. Absolutely. He exists before I did. He lives for thousands of years. Like this character exists much before I came to exist. Much before I was born. When I was born, he was already here. So I have all the reasons to hate this God. And I'm talking specifically about the God of the Bible. And the God of the Quran is not much better. And when it comes to other gods, yes, some of them, according to my morality, to my moral compass, to what I think to be right and wrong, they are some pretty evil pricks. Some of them not so much. But then again, they're all fictional anyway. So it's not really a strong feeling of hatred as you would feel, I suppose, for someone else. I don't know because I never hated anybody. But answering the question, do I hate God? When you're talking specifically about the God of the Bible, yes. The answer is yes, I do. He's an evil prick. Same category as King fucking Joffrey. An evil prick who likes apparently to torture people for his own pleasure. So yeah, I really have a strong dislike for a character like that. And the only thing about this stuff is people shouldn't take this personally if I say this. I'm not offending anyone. I'm not saying I hate you for liking this character. You know, some people might like King Joffrey. They might think he's a great guy. I don't know. Maybe someone out there does. I'm not gonna hate the person for it. There are other characters that are widely liked and I don't like them, you know, I might hate them. So it's not something to be taken personally as many people who believe in God does. It doesn't say that I hate you. Like I said, I don't hate anyone. So anyway, I think that sufficiently answered the question. And as always, I've been talking here all this time, waiting for God to punish me for my heresy and my blasphemy. And so far, nothing happened. It has been with every week, and as it's always going to be the case because God doesn't exist. And as I always say at the end of every stream, if you are an atheist, I encourage you to do the same. It doesn't have to be a 10-minute whatever stream, just a short one. Ask God, are you up there? Give me some fucking evidence. This kind of stuff. I think it's good. Shows people out there how many atheists really exist. I think people underestimate how many people don't believe in God. It'll be good to show them how many of us are out there, and also to just show people that we are not intimidated by their beliefs. we are not intimidated to hide us, the fact that we are atheists. I don't feel proud of being an atheist. I don't feel any shame of being an atheist either. I just don't believe in a fucking God. No big fucking deal. Why is that such a controversy to some people? I don't freaking understand. I really don't. Some people get offended if you say you don't believe in a God. It's silly. And I think people should be more used to the fact there are many atheists in the world who don't believe in any God and don't make a big deal out of it. So that is the reason why I think it would be interesting to do this sort of thing. Or just record something saying that you are an atheist, make it public. Sort of the whole coming out of the closet thing, which is something I think Richard Dawkins actually said, that atheists should come out of the closet. So, thank you. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Cheers.